Hugely disappointing, as we were saying to the gaffer, to lose the game on Saturday. A lot to do, I guess, with the red card. How difficult was it from that period of the game to be playing with the 10 men?
It was hard. I felt that coming at the second half that we finished the first half positively, and I felt that we could have maybe gone and get the second goal. But obviously when this red card happens, it's tough to build attacks and stuff when you're a man down, especially in the middle of the park and that. But I thought we dealt with it well until the goal.
Given the kind of period that we're in, it just sometimes feels like a lot of things are going against us. How is it with you and your teammates, the kind of mental strength you guys are needing to do not to just get that impression and sort of feel like everything's going against you?
I think we need to stay as positive as we can, to be honest. I think especially with the games coming thick and fast, I think you can't really get two down after the weekend, and that you need to look forward instead of dwelling on the games that we've just been.
Speaking of games to come then, Ayr United coming here on Saturday. Happy to get back to a home game, and what are you expecting from the visitors?
I think they'll be a very good side, as we've seen when we played them. A physical side, well organised, but I think coming here we should go out, try to be positive and get on the front foot early doors.
Feels like if we are going to get the win that we're looking for, it's going to just be a matter of continuing to do the hard work and believing in yourselves and each other. What's the mood like in the camp amongst the squad? Have you all got that belief?
I think it's positive considering what's going on with injuries, and then obviously I get sent off, Gratz gets sent off, but the boys are sticking together, and I think that's the main thing, to be honest.
The kind of group mentality seems really good, the group spirit seems really good, despite a lot of you guys only having just joined us in the summer. You seem to have built a real bond. Are you going to need to rely on that to push through, especially as you mentioned, whilst we're a wee bit down on numbers?
Aye, especially because obviously all the boys injured and that. It's training and stuff, I try to get up for it with only so many bodies training and that, which is hard, but we've been positive, and as long as we stick together then we should be alright. Just need that first result and then hopefully kick on.
How does it affect your own individual confidence when results maybe aren't going the way we're hoping for? Is it difficult to focus on your own game? Is it easy to focus on your own game? What's your kind of thought process?
I don't know. I would say it's a young group, young boys and that, so it could be difficult for boys going into games and maybe we're not getting the results that maybe we deserve or we feel we deserve. But I don't think you can, as I said, I don't think you can dwell on it. I think you just need to keep looking forward, keep being positive around the boys and that, and then hopefully the result will come and then we'll kick on.
You referred previously to the last time we played Ayr United down at Somerset, second game of the season, on the Friday night, and it obviously didn't go to plan. It proved how dangerous they could be when they get their game plan right. They're coming off the back of a couple of bad results, so are you expecting them to be coming out with a point to prove?
I would imagine that they're coming to try to get 3 points after, I think they got beat the last game, didn't they, against Livy, so I'm sure they'll come out and try and get the 3 points, but we'll be up for it just as much as them.
Does it help having played them already? I know that's us now, played everyone in the league once. Does that make it easier? You kind of get an idea what you're going to come up against?
I think it should help, especially our group, because a lot of the boys haven't been together or played against these teams before, so it should give us a rough idea of how teams like to play and stuff, so I think it should help.
How important a role can the support have on Saturday, being back at home? If they can get right behind you guys from the start, can we maybe get a fast start and get some momentum?
I think considering the run that we've been on, they've been brilliant. Even after the Partick Thistle game, they all waited and clapped us and stuff, so hopefully we can have a right start to the game and get them right behind us again.
You've said yourself already the value of staying positive and not dwelling on the negative results, because they're gone, you can't do anything about it, but that mentality, that determination to keep pushing ahead, is that what we're going to need to use here? Yeah,
I would say that's the most important thing, to be honest. We need to just go out, be positive and try to get the 3 points on Saturday and kickstart our season kind of thing.
Brilliant. Rhys, thank you very much for your time.
Cheers, thank you.
Brilliant. Rhys, looking back on Saturday, I'm maybe clutching at straws a wee bit, but down to 10 men, depleted squad, and only just losing out against a team with a really good home record. There's, in defeat, positives to take from that, yeah?
I thought there was positives to take. Like I say, we watched it back and I still feel it was a harsh red. Understandably, possibly a booking. I think Gratz takes a heavy touch and after that he realised he's never going to win it and kind of tries to pull out. Certainly no force or intent to go and injure the opponent, and then when the physio and stuff comes on and gives him a bit of treatment, as soon as the red card's kind of waved to him, the player's got the back of his feet, which would tell you that there's no kind of severe intent to kind of leave one on them. But I thought in terms of, obviously Coops has an offside goal, and the effort and the work rate and stuff that the boys put in, like you said, with the kind of deficiencies was something to be admired, and we've got to kind of lean on that and obviously recover and look forward to Saturday.
You guys, more than anyone, hate losing games, but the fact that they're putting that effort in, the fact that they were throwing themselves in front of shots and blocks when they had to, they organised themselves so effectively when they were down to 10, it shows the spirit, commitment and determination is more than still there for these guys.
Aye, of course, and listen, I said to you before that if ever we've kind of questioned it or highlighted it to them, we've had a good response, and like you said, the boys know the kind of circumstances and stuff just now. They're fighting as best they can, kind of going through the pain barrier a few, putting their bodies on the line, like obviously Saturday, and I think that was merited. You seen at the end of the game, I think the supporters and stuff kind of stayed behind and give them a kind of clap off the pitch just to recognise their efforts and their application which they put in, which was top class. You know, I can't fault them. I said that to the boys after the game. It's very, very difficult, especially away from home, to play against someone with 10 men, especially for largely the whole second half. And then obviously to do so and again still have an opportunity, and again it's very, very tight, and it's one of the ones that could go either way. There's kind of good pride and sense of kind of positivity that we can take going into Saturday, but it's important that we don't dwell on the kind of sulking kind of negative side of things. You know, we understand where we're at, I understand that, players understand that, but it's about kind of huddling in together and working through it.
There's no point pretending it's not been a difficult kind of opening period to the league campaign. That's obvious, but after having had a look at everybody and knowing that we're only going to get stronger in terms of bodies back and everything else, what's your thoughts looking ahead to the next sort of quarter of games coming up?
Well, I think we'll be in a much better position squad wise in terms of squad depth and more options, and you know, being able to tweak and change things even during the game that you like and you see. Very difficult at the moment when you're kind of limited to what players and how many players you've got available, fully fit and healthy. So of course that side's going to improve, as well as obviously being the type of player that's out. You know, I mean, we've got arguably 4 or 5 boys who kind of majority of the time would be knocking on the door as a regular starter in the team. So they're big personalities, you know, big characters that have worked with me, that have worked kind of with this group, and they know the club, as well as obviously some fresh faces, and it's about managing the best that we can just now with the situation that we've got, and then obviously, like you say, look for the positive. And we've now played everyone kind of once, and there's teams that have started really well, been really positive. There's teams who not a million miles away from us, so that's a sense of kind of positive that I look at just now, is that yes, no great as you said, but at the same time we know that there's only going to be better to come.
Ayr have kind of gone off the boil a wee bit. Their last 2 games they've struggled there, but we only need to look back to the last time we played them to know how effective they can be when they get their game right. What sort of match are you expecting from them?
Again, we're at home. Like you said, they'll probably feel a bit of a kind of wounded animal. We know that from the last time playing at their place. We were on the end of a hefty scoreline, and they were very, very good on the day. I've got to give them credit. Kind of well organised and fully deserved to win. So it's important that we use that as fuel. We recognise kind of the areas and things that we're trying to do and trying to hurt them, being the focus on us. But at the same time, like you said, be a wee bit mindful of what capabilities they can bring, because they've still got quality players. I know they've got a couple of injuries to a couple of players. Big Anton Dowes, who obviously started the season really well with scoring goals, and obviously he's a big loss for them with a serious injury. So not ideal, but like I said, we're kind of in the same boat where we're looking obviously to use the home advantage, use that kind of spur from the last time we played to try and put in a better level of performance, and we do that, then we hopefully get the win.
The fact that we're really not far away when you look at the last few league performances in particular must give the players a lot of confidence and belief that they can go out there and get that victory that we're after on Saturday.
Aye, and listen, that's why I'm probably quite relaxed about it. There's loads of circumstances just now which aren't ideal, but there's no point sitting moaning about it. We know where we're at, we know kind of what we've got available, we know kind of X, Y, Z, but the main thing is that, like you say, we're not a million miles away, so I see that as a sign of positivity, that looking forward to getting players back, having a healthier squad, and I think you'll find that once we get that kind of that win and a bit of confidence and stuff grows, then it will start to grow. It always usually does, but it just seems to be when can you get that win, or when can you get that good performance, and we've had it in little spells and flashes recently. Obviously with a good end to the second half, great goal. We then get back into the game and you're thinking second half's kind of there for us to go and open up and take the game to Partick, and then 50 minutes into the game you're receiving a red card, so it changes your whole dynamic of the game plan and how you approach the second half. So it's about making sure that we go in there with that kind of positive attitude that yes, we're where we're at just now, but it's important that we don't sulk and we don't see it as a negative. That listen, there'll be teams throughout the league all season who will pick up injuries, and it's about kind of dealing with them the best we can.
How is Lewis McGrattan after the red? I think during commentary, just given the vantage point we had, I was quite harsh on him and thought it was a red straight away, but when you see it back, you kind of touch on it yourself. It's he's maybe unlucky that's the card that's been given to him. How did he react to it? What was he like after the game?
Again, I spoke to Gratz right away because, like I say, I don't want any player, certainly any player in my dressing room, to feel isolated or feel that they've let the team down. Gratz was playing really well, and it's one of these decisions that another day he gets a yellow card and he continues playing. He's involved in our goal. He works hard, takes the ball off Harry Milne, which then sets up the little bit of interchange, and good bit of combination play with him, Ben Wilson, and obviously Frizz gets an excellent finish. So frustrated for his point of view, but it's important that you don't dwell on it. It's part of football. Red card, whether it was deserved, whether it wasn't, it's happened. So we've got to deal with it as best we can, not make excuses, and move on.
So I guess he'll be suspended. Everybody else, barring who we already knew were out, going to be available for us?
I think so at the minute. Again, there's a few bumps and bruises, as you can imagine, playing with 10 men for largely second half. So there's a few tired legs start of the week, and like I said, boys carrying bumps and bruises. So it's important, like I said, the main thing is I've got to manage the squad as best I can just now. We're making sure that we've got bodies ready for the Saturday. So probably, as stupid as it sounds, can not give you any more detail until maybe later on in the week, because that's also when they'll be assessed if they're ready for the game.
Well, whoever is with us on Saturday, all guns going for a big one.
Cheers, thank you.
Thanks, Rhys.